Hi, I'm Stuart Hill with some thoughts on Brexit. Take back control. It's what we heard from Brexit campaigners during the referendum debate, and it's what I say now. The political elite got a profound shock on June the 23rd. While they take stock, it's time for Shetland to take the initiative. Time for Shetland to take back control. After the Brexit vote, there's been talk of a new political landscape and structure. The politicians in their distant bubble got it wrong. In their arrogance, they forgot they were our representatives and thought they knew best. What they still don't realise is that the whole model was wrong. We now have the unedifying spectacle of those who regard themselves as being in a special position and, having lost the referendum, now baying for a rerun or asking to be exempt from the result. It was their system, and you can imagine their derision had the boot been on the other foot. Here in Shetland we have the ability and the potential to make a change. We're big enough to matter, but small enough to act as one. With the UK having voted for Brexit and the Scottish Government wanting independence and to stay in the EU, Shetland is presented with a massive opportunity. The next stage of Brexit is all about legal issues and the inevitable compromise that goes with them. The Brexit negotiations, and any that Scotland may engage in, will make the assumption that Shetland is part of Scotland and that Shetland waters and seabed are a Scottish or UK resource. The negotiators need to be aware that any such assumption is challenged. In this fluid situation, those involved in UK and Scottish negotiations with the EU need to be reminded that Shetland waters, sacrificed by Ted Heath in exchange for EEC membership, never belonged to either the UK or Scotland. They've admitted it, but nevertheless continue with the tired old presumptions. Those presumptions now need to be tested. If they claim ownership, let them come forward with proof. Without proof, there's no legal claim. In 2013, the sovereign nation of Shetland made a formal claim to the allodial title, that is the supreme title, to the land and territorial waters of Shetland. That claim is not disputed by the UK or Scottish governments, and they can't now deny it. Such an apparently outlandish notion may have seemed to many like pie in the sky until Brexit, but now it becomes a political reality. I've been involved in court cases over the past few years at every level of the Scottish court system and even the Supreme Court in London. When challenged, none of those courts has been able to hear any proof that Shetland is part of Scotland, for the very simple reason that no such proof exists. After Brexit, Shetland waters will no longer be an EU common resource, and the common fisheries policy will be dead as far as Shetland is concerned. Quotas will be no more unless we want them. Foreign boats will no longer have a right to fish in our waters. The grotesque results of the CFP, one Dutch super trawler owning 23% of the entire UK's quota and 43% being in foreign hands, while our fishermen face artificial restrictions and are forced to discard perfectly good fish, will be in the past. Shetland waters belong to the sovereign people of Shetland and will be for their benefit. Just as in Ted Heath's day, this could all be lost in the negotiations to extricate the UK from the EU unless action is taken to prevent it. The fishing industry is still not very important to the UK and could again be used as a bargaining chip against our interest. Shetland also needs to see more benefit from the oil in her waters. Although the oil is a Shetland resource, I don't advocate claiming all the tax revenue for ourselves. In my view, a better approach would be for the money to come into a Shetland bank before being passed on as foreign aid to the UK or wherever we wish to send it. It might even have strings attached, preventing its use, for instance, for military purposes. The political landscape is changing, and we need to understand the power of our position. The people of Shetland have had the wool pulled over their eyes. Our innate sovereignty has never been taken away, only obscured from view. Although we have a legal right to absolute ownership of our land and seas with no lord or superior, that right and all that goes with it will not be recognised unless we stand up for it. You can find more information at www.sovereignshetland.com, and there's a link below. Thank you.